blessings and freedoms we enjoy, and pray for our fellow Rotarians who may serve in nations where such freedoms are not easily found. In these moments of fellowship and purpose, we pray your hand of blessing would continue to be upon our efforts and upon the community and people for which we serve. Amen. Amen. And stand and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test: is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will be beneficial to all concerned? And I have to apologize. I was supposed to stop at the library and pick up my agendas, and I forgot to do that. But there's not a whole lot on it, so we'll go ahead and continue without it. Do I have any happy dollars? Happy dollars. I have a happy dollar. Anyone? You don't have to have a happy dollar. Someone asked. All right. Okay. We got two happy dollars.
Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to thank everybody that worked so hard Friday night and second Friday. It was a very successful evening. We had more vendors than we ever had at the marketplace, and everybody's happy. Like I just said, the woman called me like at 7 o'clock the next morning to tell me she sold 65 pieces of baklava and wanted to make sure that I had her on the list for July. Everybody was happy. It was a good night, and we loved having the DJ. That was so good because you included the vendors and let them tell about their booths and everything. So thanks to everybody. So we could take a break and then we'll do July.
Yes.
And the fireworks is great.
Okay, my happy dollar. Our exchange students will be coming back on Friday from their West Coast trip. The ones that are there, we have Marine here still. And again, I'm going to say it again, we are still looking for a host family. So if everybody could go out and talk to friends, neighbors, families. Remember, you don't have to have a student at home. We hosted and didn't have somebody in home, and it was wonderful. It was fantastic. So we really just need a host family for the beginning of the year. If you could do a month, 2 months, that would be perfect. So reach out to your friends and family and come back next week with some ideas for it.
I'm going to give you a happy dollar because I talked to the Eagles and I had to go back pay some of my dues because of you guys.
What?
I'm now up to date. I'm up to date now.
Been behind for 50 years.
Okay, well, that cost you money, and then plus $1 to tell us about it. That's pretty good. All right. Let's see. We don't have Mark here, but so we don't have a song. Oh, shucks. Introduction of guests. We have some guests here today. How about we introduce them?
I'm very proud to. One of my daughters, I have 5 daughters. One of them moved to Texas, and she was a stockbroker for 3 years, and then she just threw in the towel on that, and she called me and said, "Dad, I'm going back to school." She already had an OU education, and she says, "I want to be a dog groomer." I said, "What?" Anyway, 90 days later, she graduated from dog grooming school, and for 25 years she has been a dog groomer, and she didn't have any children until she was 40. And this is my grandson, Cole. Hey! Cole is a freshman, right? Down there, the public schools are, it's a little tough. They're a little rough. So she put him into private school. And it's $30,000 a year.
Woo.
Oh! That's a private high school. Just think of what Louisville does. Where's Barb? Louisville gives it to you free. And that same education. Thanks, Paul.
Nice, thank you. Okay, we also have a new member interest. Georgia, over here, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Georgia Adams. I recently moved back to Louisville about a year and a half ago. I have 2 young children, so I'm just looking for ways to get involved. I see a lot of familiar faces, so thank you for having me today.
Oh, thank you. All right. Okay, as Cindy said, it was another epic second Friday. The weather was great. The farmers or the market days down in was just packed down there. The food trucks were packed. I mean, the crowd was packed. I'm sure On Hitch was packed, but I didn't get down that way. So, and the band was phenomenal. I thought they sounded great. They're a really good band out of Cleveland, and they had a good time. And then they had fireworks afterwards, which was really cool. I don't know how many of you were there to see that, but it was pretty impressive. Well, good. Yeah. There was a video on the Facebook that somebody posted and said what a great experience they had. And they had the fireworks, they had the video of that. It was really special. So thank you for everyone who came and helped. We can't do it without you. All those tables, setting up the tents down in the market. It was just great. Now, our annual dinner is next Wednesday, and we are currently, if my math is correct in my head, which, that could be right or wrong, is 82, I think. So we've really increased the numbers here recently. And I there's a sheet on the table. Check your reservation. Make sure you got the steak and the fish and the chicken and the number of guests or whatever. Make sure that's all correct. There's a lot of additions I have to make from today because I got some new flag drivers and host families and stuff like that. So I've got the names on my list, but I don't have them on that one yet. And you can pay at the door, or you can give Shondor a check now. We check or cash. It should be a real good time. The meal looks great. The room looks great, according to Cynthia. And so, by the way, how did your fire inspection go? Oh, we can talk about it later. Okay.
Yeah, if nobody knows about the menu, it's salad and bread butter, steak, chicken, scrod, vegetable, potato, pasta, which is all included, and dessert. So I'm hoping it'll be great.
So the doors will open at 5:30 for the room, and there'll be a cash bar that if you're interested. And from 5:30 to 6 is kind of like a social gathering, and then at 6 o'clock we will get things rolling with dinner, and then we'll do our business that we have to do on an annual banquet. So hope if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you get signed up today, because we need to give account to the place we're going, which is Tazi's on 12th Street. Need to, if you're interested, and we're doing a pet memorial in Metzger Park, or we're helping sponsor a pet memorial in in Metzger Park there by the dog park. And they need, if you want to put a, what do you call it, a dog tag on the post to remember your pet, you have to go to the library, and they're encouraging you to go as soon as possible so that you can get on the post.
Yeah, so we're gonna dedicate the post in the, I'm not sure, within the next couple of weeks. We've got a meeting tonight on it, but the post is being installed this week. When we do the dedication, we'd like to have, you know, a number of tags on it, just so people understand what it looks like. But it should be ready to go in the next week or two. So the 6650 Rotary District, when we contribute to the foundation, we get some of that money back. So we ended up getting 500 from the foundation for the post. Just the post alone is $1,200. That doesn't include the $4,000 engraving machine that the library has gotten, and the tags and all that other stuff. So it's about an $1,800 project, so it's somewhere in that area. And we were able to raise all the money for it. So it's going to be just up from the dog park, in that there's a little like a triangle area as you're going towards the pavilion.
Yes.
It's going to be there. Yep.
Cost $1, is that how much, Fred?
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I went and put my dog name in last week, and they weren't quite set up, so that pushed them to get everything set up. So they're ready to take names now.
That's going to be a great thing. The visual of it, that you had the picture of it, was just really cool. I don't know when you run out of space, what do? Do you put up another one?
We haven't gotten to that yet. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Also, I learned that all the Rotary clubs well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the Rotary clubs in Stark County contribute $500 to what they call the Summer Concert Series, which they have, like, I went to one of them once, and it was a brass, it was probably 6 maybe brass instrumentalists from the Canton Symphony Orchestra, and it was really good. And they'll play for, I don't know, an hour and a half or something like that. And they're going to be this year at Metzger Park on June 22nd, and they normally play at the pavilion, is where they've been playing, they said. So I'm assuming that's where they're going to be, but I'll get more clarification on that as time goes on. Yeah, it's 6:30 p.m. So they'll play for about an hour and a half, something like that. And it could be the string quartet, or string part. It could be brass. You don't know. They go to a lot of different places. So, and Rotaries, the Rotary clubs of Stark County sponsor it. So, and a lot of people ask, why should the Rotary Club sponsor it if we didn't have a concert that year?
They set up at the amphitheater.
Well, if we had one,
We do, they've had concerts there, bass.
but I don't think well, I could talk to them about
I
it.
mean, there's so much more room for people to sit around.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's a much better experience.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
The only
They've done it inside the pavilion before, and the sound isn't as good, and you're kind of packed in the
okay.
inside. If
Okay.
it's raining, of course, that's a great place for it. But
Yeah.
if it's not, down at the amphitheater.
Yeah, because there's power down there. So, well, they don't need power anyway. Okay. I will mention that to whom it concerns. All right. Today we have Ethan Roebuck here with Legacy of Honor, and he's going to put his presentation together for you. Let's welcome. Oh, let me get it back. Wake it up.
Good to go. All right. Thank you, everyone, for letting me come out, sharing your space, being able to present. You lost me. I appreciate it a lot. I'm here to share about the nonprofit here in town, and we'll go deeper into it, but supporting veterans, first responders, and their families. And then share about an event that I've created to help fundraise some money for them, but then also put on a great event for the community and really a family first event. So we'll go right into it. I want to give you a quick, summary on Legacy of Honor. If you're not aware about it, they are right on West Main Street, 908, right next to Ted's Auto Sales. It is a 501(c)(3) or C3 nonprofit. And it's dedicated to honoring and serving veterans, first responders, and their families. We do this through three main operations. So Operation Bootstrap is how the nonprofit was formed in 2020. And essentially that operation is filling the cracks for those individuals. So you think about, needing a wheelchair ramp for a disabled veteran or first responder. That's some of the, different things we can step in there. Operation Access is a mental health side of things that we are branching into. And, as we know, as we move along in history, mental health is a super important thing, especially with our first responders and veterans who are very stubborn. I'll share about myself, but I'm in the reserves as well. So I firsthand know, how much pride we can take in our mental health and putting on a face. And then finally, Operation Christmas Blessings. So this is an operation that we do in the Christmas season for first responders, where we come in and we take care of all their Christmas presents for the kids, for the parents, and truly it's for those first responders who are in a need, right? So whether they had a loss in the family or they're going through a financial struggle, that's where we step in there. The mission of Legacy of Honor is honoring a legacy of service by standing with those who serve and their families to ensure no one is left behind. So I truly believe in that and appreciate it myself and how I fit in this role here. I'm just a volunteer. So we have one employee who works for the nonprofit, and then the rest of us are truly volunteer support. So I want to go in about me just to share a brief summary. So I know a lot of you in this room and appreciate being back here, born and raised in Louisville, Ohio. And I'm proud to keep serving. That photo is blurry, but that's me in a military uniform. So currently in the Army Reserve and still been serving for the last 6 years. I'm about to re-enlist, so they got me for another 6. But yeah, proud board member with Legacy of Honor since 2023. I chair the event Legacy Touch a Truck, and then serve in a few different other aspects in the community with nonprofits like the Legacy Project over in the schools, the Enshrinement Festival over in Canton for the Hall of Fame. But then also I'm a real estate agent. Kind of comes, that's the main thing, but this is something I'm more passionate about. So go into the event. Not sure why we have so much blurriness. But anyways, this is the event right here, Legacy Touch a Truck and more. So this event started in 2023. And we'll go into the history behind it. But this year, it's going to be from 10 to 2 p.m., which is shifting up the time. And then also we are shifting up the week. So we were at the 3rd week last year. And this year, we're moving up a week to separate from the Hall of Fame some so that we have a more singular date. We do the sensory-friendly hour for the first hour. That was started from the beginning as well. So you think about, children that have, disabilities, whatever it may be, that they're sensitive to hearing or sirens of that sort. We do that first hour so that, they can still enjoy the event and partake in it. It's going to be at Metzger's Park, as it has been, and it benefits Legacy of Honor. So I want to go into the story of the event, how it was started. So, wow. Okay, it removed my pictures. So anyways, right here, there was a picture of me playing t-ball. I was a young kid. All right. And I pulled that from my mom's Facebook, so I didn't have to go into the scrapbooks this time. But essentially, this passion to create an event like this started from when I was a child. And I remember going out to a Touch a Truck event in Alliance, and it was very on a much smaller scale, but it delivered this passion for getting in these vehicles, being a part of them. And then so when I started serving and then working within the community in a way to give back, I created this event to cultivate and show awareness for ladies. Delete my photos. We're gonna imagine photos here. Yeah. Year one was really all about raising awareness for Legacy of Honor. Okay, so there was no money pulled from it. How I started and still continue to run the event is I run 100% of the cost for it. So the nonprofit has no cost in running the event when it comes to marketing, when it comes to the park rentals, all that good stuff. That first year, if you knew about it or heard about it, we estimated around 1,000 attendees come through. We had anywhere from 30 plus vehicles out at this event, and that was local first responders. That was the Army brought out their vehicles, and then also companies from around the community. It was not always as pretty, and we are getting, more consistent, I would say, with how we run things as the years go on. That first year, there was probably about a month and a half before it. I wasn't even sure if it was going to come together. But luckily, I had a few people step in and connect me with who I needed to truly put on a good event. We also had a helicopter come in, and that was one of the really highlight moments from that event that children love. So here we go. Year two, which was last year, this is when we started the fund campaign. So raised over $5,000 through sponsorships for Legacy of Honor. So same way I ran it the year one, but going to year two, we raised money for the nonprofit, which for a local nonprofit like Legacy of Honor, if you're familiar with them, they don't get a lot of state funding, grant funding right now because of the unique box they fit, but also they are a newer nonprofit with being within that 6-year lifespan. So this event helped them raise that money and use it for unrestricted use, right? Especially with those grants, we also see how they want you to allocate it to certain pots, right? You can't use it for your administrative services or that sort. So it helped them out a lot. Year two, it was a little rocky. I think we learned a lot. Weather always comes into play when it comes to these events. So the last hour of that event got a little washed out. But nonetheless, it was still a great event. We also had a hiccup with the helicopters where it was supposed to come in, but it is a medevac unit. So they got a call, had to leave. Obviously, that comes priority. So learned a lot going into year three, where we presently are at today. So year three, raised over $13,000 through sponsorship. Same way we've been running it. 100% goes back to the nonprofit. And so with that, I think we just actually hit $13,250. This is through a number of different companies in the community. We have large scrap companies, Marathon, Bell Stores, all these companies that we were able to secure this funding through, and just to put on a great event. And so as we go into year three, we are looking to take it to the next level. So beyond just having the trucks out there, we are going to have activities, right? So we have Raising Cane's, the public library, the YMCA, all helping out and run a whole activity section in one of the pavilions. Beyond that, we're expanding our vehicles. So we're going to be going from about 30 to 40 in the last 2 years to 50 plus. That's going to comprise more of the first responder and military vehicles, but also your companies. Also, we have 4 helicopters. I don't know what we're going to do. I told Kyle Osler over at the police department, who runs my landing zones, and he said, I don't know if we can do that. But the 4 helicopters are secured. So Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, Akron Children's, and then someone who has a personal helicopter who does like lessons. I don't know how we're going to fit that all in, but I was up at the park. If you see me like panting around up there, you'll know what I'm doing, trying to figure out where we're going to place those. We're thinking about staggered times, but I was nervous with last year with losing the one, so I wanted to make sure that we had too many, and it was, a problem of not having one, but having too many. So as we go into year 3, looking to make it a bigger event, have more people at the event in total. So like we estimate 1,000 for the last 2 years. We're hoping that the activities, the new attractions, the shifting of the date and the time, we're hoping to double that number, and we're actually going to have people counting it this year. So we'll have better metrics to give out to the companies supporting it, the first responders and all that. But ultimately, we want to create an event that gives awareness and supports this great local nonprofit, but also gives back and shows what these companies do, can create a positive experience, right, with first responders. I don't think that we have too much of an issue with that in Louisville, but in the country together, we have an issue where first responders can get a bad rap, especially the police officers. And so we want to harbor that, great experience where they can trust and know that they're on their side, not out to get them. Okay. So I want to go into how you can help. Essentially attend the event. If you have family, friends, neighbors, coworkers, children, I would say up until, I'm going to be like a little child out there running around checking out these trucks, honking horns. Come out to the event. Please share it with, whoever you may have in your life that would enjoy this stuff. Share the event on social media, newsletters, websites, community calendars. If you have a place where you think this should go, please let me know. I'm doing as best as I can with marketing as a one-person band with committee members, but we know how committees go. Some people help, some people don't. And so it truly is sort of tough as one person to get the word out to everyone. And I want everyone who can enjoy this free event to be able to experience it. Display event posters and flyers at your businesses, churches, schools, community gatherings. Obviously, schools are out of business right now, but when you look at like First Watch and places like that have children in them, I am going to be working on that with the committee over the next 2 week spans to get these posters and flyers out. But if you have anywhere that you can think of that we should be in, I'll leave cards and flyers that you can reach out to me and we'll get them to there. Also, future support. I think as we grow this event, I want it to truly work with Louisville, right? And that's why we have Louisville City and their service department, the first responders, the Michelin Township. I want this to be a collaborative event. So whether that's supporting in how we can connect and make it a bigger event. Maybe this turns into like an end of summer, celebration going back into the school year. Truly just want to see how we can grow and move the needle forward to make it the premier touch a truck and family event in the area. Look at that. We have like 2 people on here. So I don't know why this happened, but the file got corrupted. We have a lot of sponsors, and you'll see on the flyer that I leave in the back, a lot of big names on here that we just appreciate. And so I wanted to throw them up there to share who they are. A lot of Louisville companies, Kuhn Restoration, we know they're over there, but I'll share that on the flyer so that you know who's all supporting this event and how we were able to raise over $13,000 for this nonprofit. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
You cohabit with, next to Ted's Auto, there's 2 businesses or volunteer. What are they and which one is Riggs with? Because we were supporting Riggs also. Is that your company?
Yeah. So I'm a board member with Legacy of Honor. Legacy of Honor was started by the Riggs family. So our main founder has since passed, but the son has taken over. He works as a volunteer capacity on the board. He is our current board president, Daniel Riggs. Yeah, and
What's the other company? What do they do?
So we have another nonprofit that comes in there, and I think we do other like mailing addresses for nonprofits, but it's Honor Court, I believe is the nonprofit name. I know that they're ran in Louisville, and they support. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but veterans and first responders who are going through court issues, whether they have felony charges or things of that sort.
Thank you.
Yeah. So. Yes, sir.
So can you go over what the mission is again?
Yeah.
And how many have you affected?
Yeah. Yeah, so our mission is honoring a legacy of service by standing with those who serve and their families to ensure no one is left behind. So first responders, veterans that can be active. We even branch out into helping out nurses and our ER support. And so this comes up in the numbers of ways between our three main operations. Operation Bootstrap, which has helped over 600 different families and people over the last 6 years, essentially can be anywhere from a $50 gas card because they need to get from point A to point B, or it can be thousands of dollars for home repair needs. To think if you get hurt in the line of duty and there's not as much support right away, then we can come in there and say, well, we'll widen your door frames, we'll put on a ramp so that you can easily get in and out of your life or your house to support your life. So beyond that, Operation Access is one that we're like just kind of started and branching off into, where we support in counseling needs, do other sort of trainings for people's mental health. That's a little trickier one because you're talking about these prideful service members. It's a little harder to get across to, but we have grant funding to support counseling hours for that. And then the Christmas Blessings is one that we do for first responders every Christmas, where we get to support. Last year we had, I believe, over 60 families we were able to support through that. And that's everything they need. That can be thousands of dollars. And we look to local families to help support that mission.
So how does that work as far as balancing the balance sheet for your organization?
So where do we fall as a nonprofit? Yeah.
How much of that went out the door helping?
Yeah. So that $13,000 goes to the nonprofit as unrestricted money. So when you think about a nonprofit, the toughest part with grant funding is they say that only a certain amount can be used for administration work. We have one employee, and half of her salary is donated by an angel donor. So our overhead right now is, I believe it's $25,000 for that employee for her half of salary, and then we have the building there that we rent. It's like a rent-to-own contract, so a more long-term plan. That's $1,400 a month. So between those two things, a lot of that money goes in unrestricted for them to just utilize to support the mission. I believe last year, if you were to equate it, I'd have to look at numbers, but it's somewhere between like 5 to 10% of the overall budget to support the nonprofit. They're not a huge nonprofit. We don't get a lot of grant funded money. It's mainly, brought in from fundraisers, but also just families who want to support the cause. So.
Are there other similar organizations like this?
Yeah. So there's a lot of organizations that support veterans, right? We know that to be true. We obviously have the VSC over there in Stark County or Canton, and they're big for veterans, but there's not a lot for our first responders. And so I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe it's under double digits for the whole state of Ohio for nonprofits that actually support our first responders. So we get calls from all over. I believe the furthest we went is Kentucky for a call. So, but yeah.
Any other questions?
What's your name?
Ethan Rebuck, yes. Yep. So sorry if I grazed over that. I get really passionate about all this stuff. And truly that's why I'm here today, right? I appreciate what you all are doing and see how I can fit in this mold to help you support the community, whether it's becoming a part of or member of this group and seeing how we can support each other. So good. I'm gonna leave my contact information up here. If anyone wants to write it down, I also will have cards and flyers I'll leave at the back table.
Oh, you're gonna put it back there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I got something for you too before you leave.
Is there
if there's any changes to the banquet list, please make sure you get with me so I can make the correction.
And my wife.
Oh. Okay.
Steak, Kevin. All right, well, sorry I got here late, like it's in the way. Question, I don't know if anybody knows of any farmer. We've got 2 or 3 acres worth of field behind our house. We had it mowed within the last few days. So there's lots of grass back there. I don't know if anybody with cattle, horses, anything like that would want it. They would have to come and collect it, but they could have it. Well, if anybody knows of anyone, please let me know.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. I'm gonna have draw. Denny.
She just left.
Again.
Yeah?
Oh, no, I'll go back there.
Denny is the winner. And we'll see if he's a big winner or not.
Yeah, hold on.
Denny.
Okay. I moved. Nobody announced it. Keep up.
You did?
Right.
Two rounded or what?
Announce it. Whoa. Hold on. Help us out.
Announce what, Jen? Oh, that you're president.
No, it's.
Right enough, isn't it?
Even down to the nitty-gritty. Okay, is there anything else for the good of the order? Anything else for good of the order? Going once,